lunch like this. This is our dinner table. On your back.
That's pretty good, right? For a 2-year-old. Yay!
Alright, well I think we should do a toast anyway, so.
Something. Okay, toast. Toast.
Okay.
Just going to dinner for the first time in 4 years.
Yeah, I mean really.
See what happens?
I
When you
like
get a
it.
camera?
Yeah.
Kevin went and bought an S-Rad, which is what was a new model Suzuki, and it blew everything else away. And I remember getting a phone call saying Kevin was riding these wheelies down the highway. I'm like, what? Because before that, you know, to this day, there was no one back then that was doing highway wheelies. And I remember getting that phone call, and I went. That's how obsessed I was with riding wheelies. I went that same day, sold my bike, and 2 days later borrowed a truck from a friend, and went down to West Virginia to pick up a 900 RR, which was the other bike that was relatively in the same league as that S-Rad. And that night that I came home, drove 5 hours home, unloaded that bike, and went to a highway and just started practicing. And I didn't even see, that was just all from a phone call. I didn't even see Kevin do it. I remember getting that sting, because you know, back before that, it was like we were neck and neck, and then that just broke it.
We're sitting in one of the original meeting spots that all the bike riders used to hang out back in the mid-90s, actually. So that's taking us back 15 years ago. This is actually where Kevin and I, even though we didn't really like each other, this is probably one of the first places Kevin and I mutually met. No, we actually had a mutual friend, and it was Joe Frazier, one of the original Starboyz, and Larry Bostic. And this was the place. Every single night of the week, in the summertime, we'd meet up here, and literally
all day, every day.
You'd
be on the way home from work, and you'd be like, "Oh, let me drive by Subway real quick, see if anyone's there." You'd come by, and it'd be 30 bikes here. You'd be like,
all right,
"Fuck, going home and taking a shower. I guess we'll ride."
But we would ride every night, and we would ride till sometimes 3, 4, 5 in the morning. And we used to have what we called the track, and it was just a series of the highways that we used to all jump on. Let's hit the track, and we'd do a big loop around Akron through the inner belt and the 224 we used to call it, and we'd meet back here. Since then, probably about 10 people died on the track. So right here in this parking lot is a lot of memories, and this is actually pre-Starboy. This is where actually the Starboyz originally started to hang out and started to get to know each other.
Yeah, I mean, we started riding both at a young age. I mean, I started riding when I was 3 years old, and you know, I've always rode wheelies, and I just got a street bike when I was 17, 18 years old, and that's all I wanted to do was wheelies. You know, that's all I do is go out every day and ride, and try and ride longer wheelies, and then started riding wheelies pretty far. And Scott lived in another part of town about 20 minutes over, and he was riding wheelies about the same as I was, and it kind of turned in like a rivalry.
Hi, what's up, Banda?
thing, if we both died right now, that we'd like to put down is in the history book that the Starboyz were the first guys that ever rode highway wheelies and for miles and miles. And people, that fact alone, there was nothing in this world that, or nobody in this world
that's
that
why
was
we started.
doing that
No one
shit.
believed it.
And nobody believed it. And that's 96 is when we started filming, and 97 is when we went and edited and put together FTP1. And we were paying $6 a copy for them. We spent the $500 to get it.
No sleeve.
Edited. It was so ghetto. I went to some guy's house in West Akron to have him dub it out for us and we get 10 copies at a time. Go to the bar and give a couple away, and people would put it up on their TVs and stuff, and people just started freaking out over it, man.
First like street bike video out, FTP was like crazy, the most horrible footage, but it was like, oh my god, look at this dude driving down the highway.
Yep.
What is he doing right now? Fur everywhere, and it's like, these guys are insane, and that's pretty much what started everything for probably the whole country. I mean, it's just insane.
Just to see somebody do a wheelie on a street bike down the street, the kid just doing something that you know you're not supposed to do and totally getting away with it.
Yeah, now it's just blowing
and
up.
laughing with your boys and
Just
videotaping it.
My whole thing was then is I told myself I just bought a new Gixxer, and I was like, man, if I can make $300 a month from this video and pay my bike payment, that'll be great. That was literally what I was thinking in my head. We had like 20 riders riding with us, and any of them could become a Starboy if they would have pitched in $500. Like literally, if 5 guys would have pitched in each $100, we'd each own 20%, like of Starboyz, and no one would put the money in. And like me and him were the top riders, and we were like, but still, I'm just saying. I mean,
it was crazy though.
Yeah, and no one wanted to get involved because they were like, no, and we were basically, the 2 main riders, me, him, and Joe, and we put the money up. And then after a year later, all these guys are coming back. Hey man,
where's my money? Where's my money? Can we get my money?
We knew we had something. I mean, if you watch FTP1 and you see the quality of it, the music in it, and everything in it, how bad it was. Me and Scott sat down and we were like, basically that's when we realized we had a business. We realized we could make money.
Once the royalty checks came in, then we were like, and they weren't like huge to start with, but they got, they started getting pretty big. But
we knew we had to, like, if you watch FTP1 and you watch FTP2, I mean, FTP2, the quality of it, the music in it, I mean, we rented helicopters. We knew that we had to step up the bar. This first video got everyone's attention and it was great, but this one has to be like, you know what I mean?
And the good part about that back then was we knew if we stepped up the bar, it was like a guarantee. We knew FTP2 was going to just fucking skyrocket.
To this day, FTP2 sold more DVDs, more videos than any video. Any of them.
The first concept of coming out with the furred out bikes is we had our fan base. We were selling it wasn't DVDs. We were selling our VHS at the time, and we were starting to make a mark. That magazine article came over in England. We knew we had something rolling, and at that point we were like, let's just roll with it, hardcore. We had made some pants that were all furry and shit, gaudy, just to annoy people, and we started gluing that shit on our bikes. And came out with the whole furred out bike concept. We rolled down to Daytona, and believe it or not, the whole thing at Daytona is like, who's got the prettiest bike and who's got the most expensive bike. And so we would roll in these parking lots where there's 100 people looking at this $100,000 bike, and here comes our $2,000 shit boxes furred out. And everybody would just turn like, what the fuck? And we get off and have our furred out pants and tattooed and furred out hair, everything. And they were like, well, who the fuck are you guys? It was the best marketing concept we ever had. We'd be like, Starboyz, starboyz.com. And then we'd come out and have videos in our backpacks and give them out or sell them. And then we'd go out, do a show right in front of the gas station or wherever we were. Cops would come after us and we'd fucking take off. People were just like, holy shit, was this a movie or what, man? So.